Hey, there you are. Sorry I'm late. I know you said you wanted to meet up here today. I just had a lot of stuff going on today, is all. So, you doing alright? What's all this about? You sounded so serious on the phone. I was racking my brain all day trying to figure out what you wanted to talk about. Well, of course I remember the party last week. It was my birthday party after all. And I had a great time. If anything, I should be asking you if you remember that party. You were pretty happy, to put it lightly. Yeah, I remember what happened at the end of the night. We shared a ride home together back to my apartment. You walked me to my door. You apologized for like the 50th time for not having a proper birthday gift for me. And then we kissed. I thought it was cute. You blushed and fumbled around for what to say next, and then you ran off without so much as a good night. Then I went inside, took a shower, and went to bed. Wait, is that what this is about? Did you bring me here to talk about that one kiss? You can say it was an accident, but I don't really think it was. No one just accidentally kisses their best friend, no matter how much fun they may have had at a party. And the way you wrapped your arms around me when you did it, the way you held me just a little bit longer afterwards. Do you really think that was all a mistake? And if it really was such a mistake, why are you still thinking about it? Obviously, it's been on your mind if you're bringing it up a whole week later. Exactly how often have you thought about it since that night? I don't know. Maybe your brain is trying to tell you something. No, I will not just forget about it. Maybe I don't want to forget about it. Maybe I want to stay on your mind. Maybe I want you to think about me constantly, and I want my voice to be the only one that you think about. Maybe I'm tired of hearing all your stories about these other people you're talking to and meeting up with while I'm just sitting around here being your friend. You finally express your true feelings towards me, and now you want to write it off as some mistake? Why can't you just accept that you love me? Why can't you just accept that I'm the one you're really meant to be with? I mean, I love you. Yeah, I really do. How couldn't I love you? You're just such a good person, and you always brighten up every room you walk into. You're just so clever, and you just make me so happy whenever I'm with you. And that night, you finally showed me that you love me too. You know exactly what I'm talking about. No one else knows you as well as I do, and yet you seem to ignore all the signs that are so obviously in front of you. Who's the only person who has always been there for you, who is always watching over you? Exactly. Me. And deep down, you know that you were always meant to be with me. That night at the party, you didn't even question me when I ordered your favorite drinks or requested your favorite songs. And you didn't even give a second thought when I pulled you in close to dance with me, or when I asked you to stay later after everyone else left. All I really wanted for my birthday this year was to be with you. And not just as some friend, but to really be with you. I planned this out for weeks, making sure everything was to your liking, casually asking your opinion on my hair and what I should wear that night. I just wanted to look good for you. It may have been my party, but every single thing I did that night was for you. Everything I ever do is for you. And just like clockwork, you came without a gift, knowing deep down that your true gift for me would be a kiss. Just one kiss. One time when I could finally feel the softness of your lips, and you could feel mine. Just one moment to have you think of me as something other than the person you've spent most of your life with. Just something to make you think of me in a different way. I did it all for you. And it worked. It all went exactly as I planned. But now you want to act like it was nothing? Like all the work I put into that was meaningless? I don't want to act like it didn't happen, because it did, and you meant it. You meant to come to me without a gift, and you meant to kiss me the way you did that night. Just, why are you denying that you love me? Can't you see? Kissing you was like a dream come true for me. I waited so very long to finally have that moment with you, when we finally understand each other, and you finally see me as more than your childhood friend. Then that you'd finally see me as a lover, as your lover. I'm not going to act like it didn't happen just because you don't want to admit what you really feel for me. I know you love me. I know deep down you love me. You keep making up all these excuses about how it was a mistake and how you didn't mean it, or how the night got away from us. I think I get it. You're just afraid. You're afraid that if you admit how you truly feel about me, if you admit that you love me the way I've loved you for so very, very long, then you'll have to admit how blind you've been to me all these years. As I learned every single thing about you, year after painful year. All those times when I would be right there by your side. All those moments when I would just happen to be in the area. Or those times when you'd call and ask to hang out, and then 2 minutes later I'm by your door. You'd have to admit that you didn't notice a thing. But it's okay, my love. I'll forgive you. I knew you loved me deep down. I knew if I just stayed close enough to you and never let you out of my sight, that you'd come around eventually. And all it took was one little kiss. One simple mistake. Just enough to plant the seed in the back of your mind. And now, here you are. Is it becoming clearer now? How calculated our little moment together truly was. How I stood just a bit closer to you than I usually would that night. How I nestled into your chest as you held me. Or that little shiver I let out that almost gave me away. I'm in your head now, aren't I? Tucked away nice and safe in the back of your mind. You must have been fighting so hard to try and forget me, haven't you? You can deny it all you want. I know you. I know how you like to obsess over little things like this. You've tried to scrub the memory of me and our kiss out of your head, but every single person you meet and every single person you try to get close to suddenly reminds you of me, don't they? Do you compare them to me? Do they feel as good as I did that night? Do you wonder what it would be like to go just a little further with them, the way you did with me that night? Now that I'm in your head, I'm never leaving. I'll make sure that you never forget me. I'll be the first thing that you think of in the morning, and my name will be the last thing you say before you fall asleep. You're mine now, my love. Whether you like it or not, I won't let you forget me. And if you can't accept how you obviously feel for me, if you can't just give in to what you've been feeling all along, if you won't just admit that you love me the way that I love you, Then I guess I'll just have to make you accept me, won't I?